Holger Rune overcomes Giovanni Mpetshi Perricard in tense Toronto opener. Rune conquers Mpetshi Perricard's challenge in Toronto debut. Rune conquers Mpetshi Perricard's challenge in Toronto debut. The Danish star navigated a tightly contested opening set to secure his place in the next round of the National Bank Open. Published June 29, 2025. Holger Rune kicked off his U.S. Open campaign with an impressive victory at the National Bank Open on Tuesday, overcoming the formidable Giovanni Mpetshi Perricard with a score of 7-6, 7-3. It was an exceptionally challenging first match for me, primarily because he possesses such a powerful serve which disrupts any consistent rhythm throughout the contest. Rune explained during his post-match interview. My strategy required maintaining excellent control of my own service games while patiently watching for any opportunities that might present themselves. As the fifth seed in the Toronto tournament, Rune successfully avenged his previous year's defeat against the hard-hitting French competitor, advancing after just 1 hour and 15 minutes on center court. Rune hadn't competed since his disappointing first-round elimination at Wimbledon in June, but he returned to the hard court season with buzzworthy news about his new partnership with tennis legend Andre Agassi at the Mubadala City DC Open. Andre is undeniably an iconic figure in tennis. Everyone recognizes his distinctive style and approach to the game, Rune commented regarding their training sessions before the DC Open. When I decided to contact him, I felt he would provide invaluable mentorship. Getting fresh perspectives on my playing technique occasionally proves beneficial, he added on Tuesday. I noticed several similarities between aspects of Andre's game and mine, particularly our aggressive return styles. When I reached out, he responded with tremendous openness, which was wonderful. He sees tremendous potential in my abilities, so hearing his viewpoint was incredibly encouraging. Given his legendary status in tennis, you naturally absorb every piece of advice he offers. But here's where it gets interesting. Despite these promising developments, the Danish player ultimately couldn't participate in the Washington, D.C. tournament due to an unexpected back injury. However, he appeared completely recovered and in excellent form against Mpetshi Perricard following a first-round bye. His French opponent had previously defeated Shintaro Mochizuki in his Canadian main draw debut and actually held a psychological edge over Rune after defeating him during last autumn's Swiss indoors Basel semifinals. Mpetshi Perricard had recently pushed eventual semifinalist Taylor Fritz to a grueling 5-set match in Wimbledon's opening round and presented Rune with similarly tough opposition as center court action began on Tuesday. After 12 consecutive service holds forced a tiebreaker, Mpetshi Perricard initially gained momentum with a 3-1 advantage in the sudden death format. However, Rune mounted an impressive comeback, saving a critical set point at 6-7 before eventually claiming the set on his second opportunity. The decisive moment came when Rune secured the match's only service break in the fourth game of the second set, capitalizing on a 0-40 lead to establish a commanding 5-2 advantage. Though Mpetshi Perricard forced Rune to serve for the match, the 22-year-old Danish star confidently closed out the victory with skillful net play in just over 60 minutes. Rune delivered a remarkably clean performance, producing 23 winners against only 10 unforced errors throughout both sets. And this is the part most people miss. Rune might face another French challenger in the third round as he awaits the winner between 29th-seeded Alexandre Muller, whom he's never played, or Miomir Kekmanovic, against whom Rune holds a dominant 3-1 record. Do you think Rune's new collaboration with Agassi will finally help him break through to Grand Slam success? Or is this just another coaching experiment that won't deliver the consistency he needs? Share your thoughts in the comments. Zverev's triumphant return to Toronto ATP Masters highlights. In a stunning comeback, Alexander Zverev proved that he's still a force to be reckoned with in the tennis world. After taking a month-long hiatus from the sport, the German sensation returned to the court in Toronto with a bang, securing a decisive 7-6, 8-6, 6-3 victory over Adam Walton in the ATP Toronto Masters. This triumph marked Zverev's triumphant return and showcased his resilience in the face of adversity. But here's where it gets controversial. Zverev's absence from the courts wasn't just due to physical exhaustion. He'd been grappling with mental burnout following his early exit from Wimbledon. In an effort to recharge and seek guidance, he visited Rafael Nadal's Mallorca Academy, potentially seeking career advice from one of the greatest tennis legends. This move sparked debates among fans and experts alike, questioning whether such breaks are beneficial or detrimental to an athlete's career. And this is the part most people miss. Despite facing a challenging start, trailing 4-1 in the opening set tiebreaker, Zverev displayed remarkable composure and skill. He managed to turn the tables, saving multiple breakpoints and eventually clinching victory. One of the highlights of the match was a breathtaking 52-shot rally, which contributed to Zverev's 499th career win. While he admitted that it wasn't his prettiest performance, the result spoke volumes about his determination and mental fortitude. Zverev's next challenge will be against Italian Matteo Arnaldi, who recently defeated qualifier Tristan Skulkate. Meanwhile, other top seeds, including Lorenzo Musetti and Holger Rune, cruised through their matches without much fuss. However, the absence of top-ranked players like Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz due to injuries and fatigue has left room for unexpected contenders to shine. One standout despite a recent dip in form, Musetti's victory in Toronto signals a potential resurgence. He'll face American Alex Michelsen in the next round, setting the stage for an intriguing clash of styles. Holger Rune, Denmark's rising star, also made a strong statement, defeating Giovanni Mpetshi Perricard in straight sets. Rune's victory marked his first hardcourt win since March, demonstrating his adaptability and growth as a player. His ability to stay focused and capitalize on opportunities was evident throughout the match, with a mere 10 unforced errors compared to his opponent's double-digit tally. Other notable victories include Karen Khachanov's win over Juan. So, what do you think? Is taking a break from competitive sports beneficial for athletes' mental health, or does it disrupt their momentum? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Zverev, Musetti, and Rune dominate openers at National Bank Open 2025. In a thrilling start to the National Bank Open, top-seeded Alexander Zverev emerged victorious against Adam Walton with a score of 7-6-6, 6-4 on Tuesday evening. This match marked Zverev's return to competitive play following his early exit at Wimbledon, where he faced an unexpected defeat against Arthur Rinderknecht in the first round. After that match, Zverev candidly shared his struggles with mental resilience, stating, "I'm trying to find ways to kind of get out of this hole. I keep kind of finding myself back in it, in a way." Currently ranked third in the world, Zverev is the #1 seed in this tournament, a title he previously claimed in 2017. His path to victory was aided by the withdrawals of notable players like Jannik Sinner and Carlos Alcaraz. A highlight of the match was a remarkable 52-shot rally during the tiebreaker, which Zverev described as a pivotal moment. "It was a very important moment and a very important point for me," he reflected. "I was lucky to get through in the first set and then finish it off in 2. In other matches, third-seeded Lorenzo Musetti triumphed over Australian qualifier James Duckworth with a score of 7-5, 6-1. Meanwhile, fifth-seeded Holger Rune secured a win against Giovanni Mpetshi Perricard, finishing 7-6-7, 6-3 on a hot and sunny afternoon. It's worth noting that all seeded players received a first-round bye in this Masters 1000 event, which also saw the withdrawals of Jack Draper, ranked 5th, and 6th-ranked Novak Djokovic. Other successful competitors included 8th seed Casper Ruud, 10th seed Daniil Medvedev, 11th seed Karen Khachanov, 14th seed Francisco Cerundolo, and 18th seed Alexei Popyrin, the defending champion. In a surprising turn of events, Riley Opelka managed to upset 16th-seeded Tomas Machak in a hard-fought 3-set match. As the tournament progresses, the stakes are high and the competition is fierce. Will Zverev be able to regain his form and make a deep run in the tournament? Or will the pressure of expectations weigh him down? Share your thoughts in the comments below.